the man accidentally discovered an online supermarket that came with him when he crossed into another world. As long as he inserted currency from the other world, he could buy items from the real world. The variety was vast. Everything imaginable was available. Even the delivery happened instantly. This made Kuba absolutely thrilled. Not long ago, he thought it was a useless skill. At the time, 3 others had crossed over with him. The man on his left was a holy sword bearer. The 2 women on his right were masters of 5 elemental magics: holy light, wind, thunder, and ice. But when it came time to assess Kuba, he was found to have only the online supermarket skill. Everyone laughed. People here have no idea what a supermarket is even for. It must be a joke, right? But since they had already been summoned, they still had to meet the king. Upon hearing they were summoned to defeat the demon king, the other 3 immediately agreed to help. Only Kuba felt things wouldn't be that simple. Besides, with his skill, staying here would only get in the way. So he asked the king to let him leave. He promised to live quietly and keep his identity hidden. The king agreed after hearing this, and gave him 20 gold coins as hush money. Walking down the street, he noticed everyone staring at him. Turns out his clothes were quite unusual, so he quickly bought a set of local clothing. That night, Kuba found a cheap inn to stay in. Based on the intel he gathered today, Kuba decided to leave this troublesome place as soon as possible. Just judging from the king's lavish appearance, he already felt this country was suspicious. But before leaving, he wanted to know just how ridiculous his skill really was. After opening his status panel, he saw only basic levels and attributes. Besides the online supermarket, Kuba also had 2 other skills: appraisal and item box. Driven by curiosity, Kuba tried clicking on the online supermarket. What appeared before his eyes were all items from the real world. Seeing the insufficient balanced message, Kuba tried inserting a silver coin from the other world. Then he clicked purchase again. The next second, a cardboard box appeared out of thin air next to Kuba. Inside were the bread and bottled water he had just ordered. He took a small bite. The taste was exactly the same as in his previous life. Kuba instantly became cheerful. Now he didn't have to worry about food and drink. Maybe he could even make some money from it. The next day, Kuba took a carriage, heading toward a border city. Along the way, he learned from a merchant that not everyone in this world had an item box. As for the appraisal skill, it was a skill every merchant dreamed of having, but unfortunately, only summoned heroes seemed to possess it. Although magical tools could substitute for it, they were restricted to guild ownership only. Upon hearing this, Kuba silently reminded himself to be even more cautious in the future. After learning that Kuba intended to leave, the merchant thought Kuba was very wise. Lately, the tension in this country had been rising. It might soon close its borders. But when Kuba arrived at the border, he was stunned. Cross-border carriages had already stopped running. Later, during a meal, Kuba learned. Turns out the country ordered the border lockdown to prevent its citizens from leaving. If the population decreased, the number of soldiers would drop as well. So if he wanted to leave the country, he had to hurry. But crossing the border alone would be extremely dangerous. Monsters could appear at any time along the way. After some thought, Kuba went to the Adventurers Guild and spent 8 gold coins to hire a C-rank adventurer team. To keep them satisfied, Kuba offered to provide food for the entire journey. The team leader gladly agreed upon hearing that. The group set off on their journey the next day. After getting to know them better, Kuba discovered that this C-rank adventurer party not only had a strong captain, but also included melee fighters, mages, and support roles in a well-balanced lineup. It was a textbook gold farming team setup. During a break along the way, Kuba pulled out a pot and a gas stove straight from his item box. Everyone was stunned by the sight. No wonder Kuba had so little luggage, and the gas stove